Hello, Year 11. Mr. Newman here. I hope you're doing well. I just want to take a couple moments just to let you know that we are praying for you as staff and as your homeroom teachers. We hope that you are doing all right, that you are surviving the learning online. I also want to encourage you to reach out and if you're struggling with anything, or if you need help, or if you need guidance, if you need to talk to someone, school is still school. We're still operational. We're still here to come alongside you as much as we possibly can. So if there's anything that we can do to help or support you during any of this, please reach out to us. And your homeroom teachers, they'll get in touch with you this week as well for another Zoom of some sort, a moment of connection. But I was thinking about the moment that we're kind of in. I remember where I was. I probably would have been about 13, 14, and we had a Staffy called Blue. All these dog stories seem to have come back to me since we got a puppy. We had this Staffy called Blue, and he had the emotional capacity of a teaspoon. He really couldn't handle life, the struggles of life very well. He was scared of storms, and just the slightest sense of thunder or lightning would be overwhelming for him. Anyway, there's this one Christmas, and we had family over, all the excitement. He loved people, and he's getting hyped up and amped. He was never allowed in the pool. We had a pool, and he was allowed during Christmas. He was allowed in the pool area. It was pretty special for him, and he kept like putting his nose into the pool, kind of having a sniff, kind of having a smell. What's this chlorine stuff like? Does it taste or smell like normal water? And I thought, oh, like dogs can swim, right? So I was like, oh, I'll grab my dog and I'll like pick him up and I'll lower him into the water. So I pick him up and I lower him into the water. And when his feet are like in the water, I like let go, thinking like, okay, the buoyancy will kick in. Anyway, so I drop him from like a foot above the water. He goes down. I see all this bubbles and fizz and whatnot, and I'm thinking, oh, the dog's gonna come back up. Like, he'll start swimming. Once the bubbles all stopped, I realized that there was a dog with all 4 feet on the ground of the pool looking straight up at me. I was like, oopsie. And the dog's just looking at like mate, no one's taught me to swim. I've never learnt to swim. I've never swum before. What makes you think I could swim? And so I had to jump in, rescue him. Anyway, he never went in the pool ever again. My dad was thankful for that. But he never went in the pool again. And I was kind of thinking about how COVID has perhaps had this effect on us where it seems out of nowhere it's just overwhelming, and people expect us to survive or expect us to swim, and we've never been taught how to do life in isolation. We've never been taught how to stay in community or stay in relationship with people, or how to study from home effectively for a long time. And so I think this time that we're in is quite challenging. But I think the good thing about going to a Christian school is we get to talk about God. And this was making me think, this story and this season made me think of this passage in Proverbs 3, verse 5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. And I love this idea in Scripture that we can trust God when we can't see when we can't trust what's going to happen, when we can't see a way forward. We can trust that he is going to make a way forward. And the only thing we have to do to step into that is we just have to acknowledge God and trust God in that process. So I'd encourage you is that when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling like you don't know what's going to come next, or how you're going to stay on top of your work, or whatever it is, when those thoughts and life seems overwhelming, that you would lean into God and you would acknowledge him in that place. You guys are champions. We'll see you soon.